Hey, Lloyd. Hi, how you doing? Okay, now, when I'm scrolling through Shudder, there's a lot of comments usually of, what is this doing on Shudder? Why, like, a movie that people don't think meets the criteria for being a horror film. And usually I'll watch them and say, okay, I can see why this is here. Does have some horror elements. Most people are just whining. Well, I found one that now I'm actually saying that for. I mean, I didn't have a problem with the movie itself, but I don't see why this was on Shudder, honestly. It's a movie called Small Town Killers. I mean, that title, sure, maybe. But this was more of a, to use the tags that IMDb has, comedy, crime, drama. Not really horror. The only horror element is there are some hired killers, which again is more crime action, and some very disturbing descriptions, not images, just descriptions of poison. Okay. Now, this is a Danish film. Uh, it's made about 2017. So, Small Town Killers. So, Ib and his friend Edward. I should take a moment to say that Small Town Killers is the American release title. There is a Danish title, but I am not a Danish speaker. My best attempt would be Drabern fra Nibe, but I'm not Danish. Anyway, Ib and Edward are having some problems with their wives. Their wives are ignoring them. Their wives are more interested in their gay salsa instructor. They are feeling a lack of sex. General, they're being deadbeats essentially. They run like a landscaping business where they keep leaving people's jobs half done just to half-ass it, and making a bunch of money. And they also have like a side gig. The way they get paid from it has like is a lot under the table, so they have a bunch of money kind of built up. Anyway, they start talking. Maybe we should get a divorce. So far that's a normal reaction here. But they realize that their wives they would lose a lot of their money, especially since their wives know about their secret stash. So that is something they don't want to do. So Edward gets drunk and hires an assassin. I will say Ebe and Edward are kind of like the Danish version of Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, but they lack the charisma. And that's kind of where the problem I'm having with this movie is the main character two are not very likable. Their wives also, who after learning that their husbands have hired a Russian hitman, who is played by who is Igor, and he is very drunk throughout the entire thing, but Igor is very charming, I will say. I liked Igor. He was killing people who aren't the people just because they were not happy. So if they are not happy, well, Igor will make them feel better by making their problems go away, by making them go away. So pretty much, if someone's like at one point, a cop is kind of harassing him, and now Igor doesn't speak much Danish, but they speak English, so it's like a tri-language movie going here. They start Igor, he's not happy, and then Igor will essentially make the cop who had been harassing him go away. Anyway, I'm I'm going on tangents. So the wives, Ingrid and Greet, meet Igor before Igor realizes who they are, and so they realize, oh, this guy's here to kill us. So they go and hire their own assassin, whose name I can't believe I'm going to say. They hire a British assassin named Miss Nippleworthy. I kid you not. Who is an expert in poisons. So leads to a confrontation of these. They each are both the husband duo and the wife duo have realized that they've made a mistake and are both trying to constantly call off the hit, but it's not working. And eventually culminating with everyone tied to a chair and Igor yelling at them like, "What is wrong with you people?" So, like I kind of mentioned in the descriptors, this is more of a comedy. And when the jokes work, they work. It is fairly... There's some funny stuff here. But a lot of it's just pure stereotypical humor of unlikable husbands trying to deal with unlikable wives, and oh, yep, the Russian guy's drunk. I will say the British assassin, played by Gwen Taylor, and the Russian assassin Igor, played by Marcin uh, Dorosinsky, are great. Everyone else is obnoxious. That said, what works about it does work. I will agree, this does not belong on Shudder. It's fine, but there's no horror element other than Mrs. Nippleworthy going over the description of autumn leaves, which is a very horrific sounding poison. But yeah, that's it. No horror here. Which I was fine with, but just, why is this a Shudder exclusive? Anyway, I was about to rate it. I'm giving it 4 MacGuffins. That has nothing to do with its place on Shudder. That's just... what works, works, but what doesn't work does detract. And it's mostly the main characters being hard to get behind for either group. So, yep, Small Town Killers, 4 MacGuffins. My first Danish film I'm pretty sure I've seen. So yeah, that was interesting, but nah. See you soon.